Hello, and welcome to my post-game recap for week 1 of Season 9 of the Castelia Battle Network. I'm uploading this a week late because, I didn't get a chance to record earlier. So yeah, this will come out at the same time as week 2. So for week 1, I was up against Dagger Zekrom, who has the restricted duo of Ho-Oh and Lunala Dawnwings. Notably, per the rules of the league, restricteds cannot Terra, so both of those mons kind of suffer from having a quad weakness and not being able to Terra out of it here, unlike in, Regulation I, for example, where like Lunala Ho-Oh is a common duo. Basically I just load up on rock coverage and, and ghost coverage, and I just lead with my Disquake combo, because, I feel, even if like Valiant leads and it has Wide Guard, they're not necessarily going to want to Wide Guard turn 1, as we see they go for the Quick Guard, and I go for Rock Slide trying to confirm the kill on Ho-Oh, but Ho-Oh unfortunately dodges. So that really changes this game because Ho-Oh is able to get the Tailwind up when instead it would have just died. I would have gotten a Moxie boost, and I would have basically just won the game on the spot. But sadly, I do miss. So I just protect the Crocodile because I feel like they might want to target into it, but they do split the targeting. I'm just trying to discharge to land a para because it is 30%, and but unfortunately I do not get any para. If I did get a para on like the Ho-Oh, for example, then that would slow it down enough that I could outspeed it under Tailwind. But unfortunately, that does not happen. So Ho-Oh goes for the Sacred Fire into Crocodile, and they do land the bird. So things are not going great, but I am stalling out the Tailwind. So I'm just trying to keep things low enough. And they do reveal a Wide Guard this turn, so I know that they have both Quick Guard and Wide Guard. I wasn't exactly sure if they did when they revealed the Quick Guard earlier, but I did click Knockoff this turn just to be safe. If I did not get burnt, then I would have just killed the Ho-Oh from here, so that's why I felt like it was a decent hedge to make, but unfortunately they did burn. So, yeah, but I do reveal Clear Amulet on the Ho-Oh, which is good info for the next game. One of the main reasons why I brought Crook and Giratina to this game was just to scout items with Knockoff and Poltergeist. So here they have Final Turn to Tailwind. They do outspeed the actually no, Tailwind were last turn. So Crook does out. Actually, wait, was it this turn? I don't remember. Oh yeah. Tailwind does wear off this turn. So they kill the Thundi. Crook now outspeeds the Excadrill. So I can now bring in my Giratina because I do have the Shadow Sneak, which will kill the Valiant. And Crook outspeeds Excadrill, so because I have the Levitate, then I can click Earthquake this turn. However, they do switch back to Ho-Oh, getting the Regenerator off. So, yeah, I'm not able to do any damage to it, but I think that Rock Slide would have been too big of a commit to make, and because I'm burnt, I don't think it would have killed. Well, I guess with single target it might have killed. I don't know. But yeah, so they bring out the Tyranitar next, I think. Yeah, so I have the Giratina in. I do have Iron Head on the Giratina to hit the Tyranitar because I am physical invested, and the only fighting move that Giratina learns is Aura Sphere, which, kind of bounces off in case they're Assault Vest, which I expected that it might be. So I just go for the Iron Head to hit Ho-Oh. Yeah, as we can see, did not kill. And I go for the Iron Head into Tyranitar, hoping I don't get burnt, but I do get burnt, so kind of all of the RNG has been against me, except for this flinch that I do get on the Tyranitar, which is nice. But I'm kind of just hoping that the Crocodile dies at this point because, it's like almost dead and burnt, so it's kind of just sitting there. With the Giratina, at least I can go for a Poltergeist into the Tyranitar, because this is basically the only mon they would realistically Terra at this point. There is the Excadrill in the back, but Tyranitar has usually been a good Terramon. So I do launch Poltergeist. I didn't launch Poltergeist last turn because they didn't know what coverage I had on the Giratina. but I expected that they would do it after I revealed Iron Head. So Crocodile is finally able to kill this Ho-Oh after having a very rough time this game. And I get my Moxie boost right as I'm about to die. So I do go for the Poltergeist into Tyranitar, which does decent damage despite me being burnt. It almost kills. I think that was a roll to kill, but Tyranitar does put both me and itself into range of Sandstorm. So from this position, you know, Sand is up, Exegel outspeeds both. And they can kill Crocodile with the Earthquake, so they basically, like, if they land an Iron Head flinch on my Arceus, then they win the game. So I'm basically just hoping that, you know, I've gotten pretty unlucky this game, so hopefully they do not flinch me with Iron Head. And I'm kind of planning out for my next game at this point, regardless of what happens. I'm thinking Tinkaton in the lead. Seems pretty good because, you know, if they go for a similar lead, I know that they are not Covert Cloak, so yeah, I can get the Fake Out off. Tinkaton is also good into, you know, if they try to go for like a Trick Room mode. If they lead Corner Pawn, then I can one-hit KO that with Gigaton Hammer because Mold Breaker ignores the Sturdy, and yeah, and then I still want to bring. I think I bring Thunderous in the lead, I don't really remember. But yeah, so here we see that Iron Head does not flinch me. Aura Sphere might have been a roll to kill. I don't know how much bulk the drill had. I don't think I was calcing at that point because, you know, it didn't really matter. Either it kills or it doesn't. But thankfully, we do win game 1. So game 2, I'm kind of debating whether I want Croak or Giratina in the back. I'm thinking, you know, Urshifu seems pretty strong here because, you know, like with the Scarf, it basically beats most Mons on the team. And the main thing is, last game is that I didn't have a, like, I think I just didn't Terra at all, because I didn't really have any Mon that wanted to Terra from that position. So I bring Urshifu because it's Scarf, Terra, Water, and Surging Strikes kind of just hits everything. So I do lock that in, and they decide to lead with Ogre Pawn and Necrozma Dawnwings. So I think this is a decent lead. I do have the Arceus in the front with Shadow Ball, so and of course I have Aura Sphere to threaten the Corner Pawn. So the Fake Out got cut off this turn, but I did Fake Out the Ogre Pawn. And they move second, so that means they were not clicking Follow Me this turn. I think they were just going for like cover or something. And they go for Meteor Beam into the Arceus. So I'm not like, I don't have much bulk investment on this Arceus, but it is an Arceus, so it does take it pretty decently. Now the next turn they go for Follow Me. I go for Encore this turn with the Tinkaton just because I wasn't sure what the Ogre Pawn would be trying to go for. But the idea was that if I can Encore the Necrozma into Meteor Beam, then it's just useless. But they do go for Follow Me Trick Room this turn, which is fine because Tinkaton's in a decent position. They can kind of confirm a kill on either. I mean, I don't think the Necrozma dies to Gigaton at this point, but the Ogre Pawn does. So I just switched to Giratina because I know that, like, they're definitely not clicking Moongeist Beam into Arceus that turn, so I know that I can live a Photon Geyser, and I threaten to KO with Shadow Steep the next turn, and Tinkaton guaranteed outspeeds and kills the Ogre Pawn. So, and I do have the Akka Berry on the Tinkaton so that I can live a Sacred Fire from Ho-Oh if that comes out, or if Tyranitar comes out, then it can't come in either, so I'm thinking I'm in a good spot. I preserved the Arceus in the back because I do have the Meteor Beam, which will allow me to kill both Ho-Oh and Terraflying T-Tar. So, yeah, I'm in a pretty good position. I don't think that the crit mattered there. Giratina is quite strong. Non-stab Shadow Ball did like over half, so yeah, so I just go for the Encore because there isn't really much else that Tinkaton can do into the Ho-Oh, and I'm kind of expecting that I will bring out the Urshifu Rapid soon because Giratina is almost dead, and sure enough it does die to Rock Slide. So this way I can Terra Water the Urshifu, and even Terraflying T-Tar won't be able to kill me. So I do have the Akka go off, I barely live. but I do get burnt, and I also get flinched. So yeah, that's unfortunate, but you know, that's Mons. Ho-Oh is landing every burn, but I'm still in a winning position despite all of this. I shouldn't have slept on Ho-Oh, it just lands all of the burns. If it were me using it, I would just miss. But yeah, so I do have 2 Mons in the back. I can pretty safely launch Surging Strikes and Meteor Beam into the Ho-Oh slot because, you know, they can either dual target the Arceus to stop a Meteor Beam. Of course, they don't know that Meteor Beam's coming out also, but if they considered it, then they could have dual targeted to kill me, but then Urshifu would just kill Ho-Oh, it would be at full, it would 2-hit KO T-Tar, and T-Tar can't kill me in 1. And if they split target or dual target Urshifu, they cannot kill the Urshifu, so then Ho-Oh just kills Urshifu, and then Urshifu just 2-hit KOs T-Tar from that position, so it was pretty guaranteed. Unless I like miss Meteor Beam from this position, which, you know, I think I still would have won. Yeah, because Terra Blast doesn't... Actually, no, if I miss Meteor Beam... Yeah, I still would have won because it'd be +1 with Judgment and Surging Strikes would kill, so this was guaranteed win. But, yeah, I'm glad that I was able to 2-0 here. I kind of thought I was going to lose the game 1 because of like the hacks that happened, but ultimately it was fine. And yeah, well played to my opponent. I guess we get to watch the extremely long animation for Surging Strikes. I guess it makes sense why it has to be like this, but you know, it would have been better if they could just put the critical hit notification at the end after all 3 hits happen. But yeah, I mean, we have Terra animations taking like a full minute anyway, so at least it's not Dynamax. That's the one thing that this game is going for it. But yeah, so we do kill the Tyranitar, and that seals up the game. So yeah, I guess I will see you in the week 2 video that will drop at the same time.